But new NBA season about to start seems so fast. Seems like the NBA finals just ended, even though we had
We have FIBA this year.
we have FIBA. I didn't pay a
Yep.
lick of attention to because we got fucking mollywopped, and we sent like the E level team out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, man, a lot of stuff, a lot of different storylines in the NBA, right? I think that Victor Wembanyama coming around now is one of the most exciting things that can happen to the league right now because let's face it, a lot of this stuff is old hat. It's tired. Like it's James Harden quitting on his fourth or fifth team, like before
Third team.
or coming into a season and
No, he
threatening to.
quit on his third team because this is the third team he's ever been on.
Got you.
Okay.
So
Well, not I'm
no,
sorry.
no, this is fourth team.
This is fourth team is like when he was a star. Like he didn't oust himself out of OKC. They ousted him,
Yeah.
dumbasses.
Yeah. So
Um,
this is his third time quitting on a team. I feel like I've just seen this before. Like
yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna pull out the fat suit. He seems like he's gonna leave the fat suit in the closet and just not show up this time. So
The fast food stuff is always so funny because it's like, uh, like I've been doing the dieting thing or whatever else. Is like, and I remember at the time when I said it, when people were talking about, it, I was like, y'all are talking about this dude like he's fat. All he did was like eat everything he could for 2 days. That's it. Like it's like if he goes back on a diet in 5 days, he'll look like himself again. And then like people are like, oh my god, he has a fat suit. Nah, man, like he's doing the Tanahashi. Y'all just don't understand how cutting works. That's fine.
but can the Warriors still hold it together? We've been there. Do the Lakers have enough help for LeBron? We've been there before. Like I get it. Jokic and Murray, they play in the Mountain Time Zone. Like
Yep.
people aren't actually going to watch these games. Week by week and month by month. Zion is showing back up. We've been there before. Oh, we're gonna hope Zion has it all right. Ja Morant suspended for 25 games. We can't even watch him play.
Yep.
The Celtics, they
Yeah,
they,
I'm about
they
to say,
can't can
can Jalen Brown and Tatum not fuck off games in a crunch time of games when it matters the most?
we've been there before. Like it's been for
Yeah.
years and years. Like all the same things have been
Are the Heat
happening.
gonna try in the regular season and okie doke us in the postseason again? Yep.
Like which person will they randomly pull off the street to be a borderline like a borderline all-star? Like will Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant's super team, we've done it, we've been there before.
The
Like
offense super team that doesn't do any dirty work. Yeah. Yeah.
so with Wembanyama showing up, I don't have any of these tired feelings around that stuff, like around all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Wembanyama is just amaze me, brother. Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
just come out here and I'll just the Clippers. Can the Clippers stay healthy? Did I not mention that one?
You did not mention that one. Yeah, that's another good one.
It's the same shit. Like, but yeah, Wembanyama and Chet. I'm excited to see
Yeah.
the new guys or whatever, and
Right.
um, it. I just hope Wembanyama like balls like, and it's like some shit like that we haven't seen before, and that's pretty much what I'm looking for. Like I can't even tell you like, yeah, man, like who's gonna win the West. I'm like, I don't.
Lakers or Nuggets.
Yeah, it's like who
And then
I.
a good puncher chance is like the Suns if they can get some like buyout help, some size, quality big or whatever else, or like Jokic, LeBron, AD goes down, that sort of thing. Like I think people are either all in on them or like, I think they're really a divisive team, the Suns. But whatever, it still goes to that story you mentioned, like Kevin Durant's on this super powered offensive team that doesn't have people doing dirty work on defense or rebounding in small. Yeah.
Yep. Joel Embiid is gonna be somebody to watch. He might be like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's time for
Yep.
me to go. Especially with
Yep.
Giannis re-signing with the Bucks now.
Yeah. There's been some talk of like eyeing the Knicks, and it's like,
Ain't no way. Like that man has it written all over. If he's a New York Knick, he will break down in half a year like Amari Stoudemire, and then like that man will be showing up with both knees wrapped like Patrick Ewing eventually. Like you don't want this
so he's
Knicks.
just doing all the hits of like of all-star bigs that got old real quick in New York.
Yep.
Okay.
Look, I could do the point guards. Do you want me to do that?
I will say this. Can you imagine he ends up getting to New York? Because like the word is that Don Mitchell does not want to resign in Cleveland,
Shocker.
right? So, like, just imagine like the Embiid hype train for him in New York, and then he goes down. You know what the first thing gonna do? You know what the first thing New Yorkers gonna do? They gonna
What?
blame the fucking Skechers, Rich. Like they gonna blame them Skechers. People been tearing up their knees and ankles and Achilles and Nikes for a decade at this point. Them Skechers, oh my! The first nigga to go down to some Skechers is over for them.
Like y'all cheap. Y'all put these Skechers on y'all feet. Then you see what happens.
That was one of those interesting stories that happened. Was like this last week. Like, oh, he's leaving Under Armour and he's going to Skechers. And you see like some of the Skechers. You're like, why are the Skechers look better than any like non-Curry Under Armour shoe I've ever seen? That's crazy. And I'm like, hey man, how much they cost? I might have to sketch my ass some new workout shoes.
The Rockets are going to just stink. We get to watch the franchise be built around Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks. My God. Help me out, Jen. What other stories is around the league? Like,
I mean, Jaden McDaniel just got $136 million.
Bring that nigga to the stage.
Timberwolves. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Like, it makes sense in the thing of like, okay, the Gobert trade is already bust because like we got knocked out the first round by Memphis 2 years ago.
Is this the new 5-year $80 million deal?
Sorry?
Is this the new 5-year $80 million deal?
I have to wrap my mind around the numbers or whatever else, but you might be right. But the thing for me is just like this dude is about to go into year 4. He averaged 12 points. He's 22. This isn't some future all-star. He's good. He's tracking like he's going to be like one of the better under 24 guys in the league, but he's not going to be a future all-star unless something that even unforeseen from what now is, I think, is an actual good player is going to happen. But for me, it's like you overpaid this dude by over twice as much as what he's going to be worth. Because the logic is, well, once they move Anthony Towns or Gobert, they don't have their draft because they gave up that draft to get Gobert. And like once you trade presumably Anthony Towns, he'll get you your draft back, and then you already have a young good player to go with Anthony Edwards. And it's like y'all are consistently like fucking up over and over again. Like the first mistake was obviously Gobert, and we talked about it a week it happened, and you were more positive on it than me, and I was like, nah, man, this ain't gonna work. And it went worse than I even imagined. For Anthony Edwards, like before he even get in 2023, was like, hey, bro, there's no space on the floor. So anyway, for me, you already know the trigger was not being pulled. Anthony Towns is the actual available piece. They're not going to give up Anthony Edwards. So he gets you back your draft, cool. And like the logic is because the West is so stacked that like I guess y'all take a year out of Anthony Edwards' prime to go out here and tank or some shit or not be good, and like hopefully you can get it back with whoever gives up their draft to go get Anthony Towns because they feel they're a piece away with Anthony Towns. And if you're a piece away with Anthony Towns, I gotta tell you, you're more than one piece away. So he does do dirty work. Can he go to the Suns?
No,
not allowed. Okay.
I mean, I don't know who they would give up.
They can trade him for Bill.
I think they've already given up
now we got somebody with size. Now we can do is like bro, he don't do no dirty work either. He's another person that's gonna be out in the perimeter shooting. So,
They,
yeah, man,
they
just
didn't want Brad Beal in Miami for a reason.
bro, I've seen people, the people that are like just like hooked on the league, like makes you a good basketball player is like your 1-on-1 skill or your isolation scoring skill. Like they
Can
think
we
that shit is
talk
gonna be
about
phenomenal.
Can we talk about that clip with Kenyon Martin? And because like Kenyon Martin is going to be the next Kendrick Perkins, like as far as like saying ridiculous shit on camera. Like Gilbert Arenas is at least funny when he says ridiculous shit. But when they were talking about the best player on the Dallas Mavericks, we don't know if it's Luka Doncic. I wanted to like go through the screen and drop the basketball reference basketball server on top of their heads. What the fuck do you mean you're not sure that Luka Doncic is the best player on a team that he took to the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago, where he was averaging damn near, what was he averaging, like 32, 8, and 8? When did Kyrie Irving do any of this?
And also is one of the best like playoff performers ever, because from his first playoffs back in 2019, he took the Clippers through to hell.
Look,
right?
if anybody will talk to you about the things that Kyrie Irving accomplished in his career that I think he doesn't get credit for, it's me. He hit the shot in the 2016 finals. He averaged 27 points a game in the finals. I get it. But that was fucking 6-7 years ago.
Right. It's like, what is it like? How about the playoffs? Like since he was a kid,
it ain't look good.
Like awful in that second round against the Bucks, right, in 2019 or 18. No playoffs in 2019. No Durant. 2020. What happened with the Nets that year? I don't even remember.
2020, they stayed home or they lost in the bubble,
right.
but nobody showed up.
While he wanted to go and then he wasn't allowed to go, and then after he wasn't allowed to go, he was basically telling people, "No, there shouldn't be no bubble," because he's like, "Y'all didn't invite me." Anyway, then 2020, like he gets fucking hurt when they're about to run through the whole entire playoffs, and then the Bucks end up winning because Durant's foot's 2 inches too big. Then the next year they get embarrassed in the first round and swept.
Yep.
By the Celtics. Then this year, they get there, they trade for the dude. They're in the playoffs. They trade for him, and then they miss out on the playoffs. They were in the West Conference Finals the year before.
I don't understand how that makes Luka Doncic not the best player. I don't like none of this is like, yeah, man.
None makes sense.
I don't know if it's because he's foreign. I don't know if it's because
it's obviously a part of that. It's also the part where like he's not in shape, and I guess it's cool for James Harden to do the hold the ball all the time and do everything on offense, but not cool for the Euro white dude. I don't know. Who's bigger than James Harden and stronger than James Harden?
I get it. Like, you like how Kyrie dribbles the ball. I understand. You like that he can
the layup package.
You like the layups. You like the fact he can shoot the three. I understand. Right. However,
I mean, and to be fair, there is absolute criticism for Luka Doncic, where it's like, why are you shooting so many 3-pointers when you're not that good of a 3-point shooter? Your whole entire career has been the case. Outside of that, offensively, I don't really have much to really say. Maybe you should pass the ball some more, or whatever. Sure, whatever else. But like, the team is the teams he's been on.
Look, I'm looking at that Mavs roster,
and he's answered the call. It just hasn't gotten it done because he's been on some undermanned teams. But it's been impressive to see him still go through and do this, because like there have been people on some undermanned teams and get into the playoffs, and later in the playoffs, the further they go into a series, they get worse and worse and worse. He don't do that. Yeah. James Harden do. He don't do that. Yeah. He continues the ball regardless. Yeah.
Like that man often goes out on the floor with 3 of his teammates not being offensive players. Like, so, and he finds a way to still do it. I don't trust in Kyrie Irving in the same way on the court or off the court. No, like this is not the best player.
maybe it's something where like if you're a champion forever, and that means something. When it's like, bro, that doesn't mean what you think it means. Like that, maybe that, are you certified a credential for like whether or not you're validated at for your career? Sure, absolutely for him.
We were talking
But I'm
about
talking
a
about 2020. I'm talking about 2022, 2023. I'm not talking about 2016. And like what they did was one of the greatest things that ever happened in greatest accomplishments in the history of the league. But like that was years ago. Like we don't like this. This is almost like something where like I remember when Amari was starting to like flash, like probably year 2 or 3, and like I was like, bro, he's gonna be better. Like people were talking about like a trade for like Amari Stoudemire or Rasheed Wallace. I was like Amari Stoudemire. People were at this barbershop yelling at me like I was being sacrilegious. So I was like, nah, man. Like he's going to be a lot better than him. No disrespect, I love Sheed, but like Sheed's older. This person, there's a huge age gap. Like this is just common sense. I think people just see people as what they are as opposed to like the age thing. And also it's like Luka is like 24 and Kyrie's like 30, 31. Like there's also an age difference. Like I don't get this. And especially when it's like Kyrie gets hurt often, it's like you think he's going to be healthier as he gets older. That's not how this works.
We're talking about a less successful basketball player than Trae Young. Since 2019. What are we saying?
That is actually true, and that hurts. Because like I don't think I do not think much of Trae Young's game at all. Like I still would rather have Kyrie. But you're right. Look, so even I'm doing it. Like maybe I'm even giving Kyrie more credit he deserves. I'm like Kyrie or Trae? Nah, give me Kyrie right now. give me the anti-Semites. He's talking about hooping, right? He ain't got to do no interviews, right?
Turn the fucking mic on. Look. Turn the fucking mic on.
So
turn the fucking mic on.
For those that don't know, because they're listening on the air, they're listening from the podcast. Rich muted his mic and then proceeded to talk for the stream. That was great. Look, Kyrie's still looking for a shoe deal. I bet he ain't getting no Skechers shoe deal. I bet that.
Oh no. They will throw him out the building.
He's like, they throw out Kanye ass. Yes, that's my point. No, out now. Go that way.
Yo, yeah, man. It was what else we got?
No, I want to mention your point about Wenbanyama because I didn't say anything about it. Look, man, I'm with you, and I'll go further. People have complained over the last few years about, or pretty much ever since 2016 with the Warriors blowing the 73-win season, that like the regular season does not matter, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. Me personally, this year and last year, I would say y'all got to get the fuck out of here with that because like the West has been extremely competitive for who's going to get in and jockeying the position of like who's going to advance. Right? It's absolutely mattered. It's absolutely mattered that like the Lakers got the in the first 2 rounds got the Memphis Grizzlies and the Warriors because the matchup was really favorable for them. They are so like the Grizzlies are dumb basketball players. They got no heart. They're front runners
and they're young.
And the Lakers were way bigger size-wise than the Warriors were. So that actually plays in favor. That's how they got to the Western Conference. That's how they got to a Final Four. So the way the West is so competitive, there's only 2 teams that are really flat out, going to the season are trying to tank, and that's really the Blazers and I'm blanking on and Houston. So because like the 3rd team last year was the Spurs, and like the Spurs got the victory trophy for the tank, and like now they're here and they're gonna be fun to watch, and like to have a rookie that sensational, like it's weird that like it's obviously historically a big man's league, but as far as like drawing attention, it's not. Like big men can't sell shoes. You've always said that to me, Rich. And then, like as time is going on, it's proven more true. We got a fucking MVP coming off MVP year to go sign with Skechers, not Nike, Skechers. Anyway, so back to Skechers. But yeah, man, to see the things that he just does like at random is like the kind of thing of like, back when it was LeBron's like, yo, like what kind of crazy dunk he's gonna have, what's he gonna do? We haven't seen. That kind of potential is in the air because of his dimensions and his athleticism and how it looks for somebody to him to be that big, to move that fast, and because of his size, it doesn't like he's actually moving fast. That kind of deception right? It's like Randy Moss is a receiver type of thing where like his legs aren't really moving, but why is he blowing by everybody? That sort of thing. So the handle, the size, all that stuff, like the things he's gonna do on defense to like just fuck with teams, like there's gonna be like he's gonna have like an 8-block game, like in like the first month of the year of the season. And it's gonna be like people think think they're open. They're not.
Oh, that's one thing.
3-pointers and shit.
That's one thing I've seen. It's like, yeah, you'll beat them off the dribble or whatever, and then all of a sudden that gap is fucking closed. Like all you see is a French shadow, like just block, just sending your shit. Do you think Greg Popovich sold his soul to the devil to be able to get Wenbanyama?
No,
because like that man was looking like a corpse the last couple years on the sideline or whatever.
I mean,
like
you be too if you was out here like
post Tim Duncan.
We're gonna trade away DeJounte Murray and we're just gonna start all over again.
Like I can't believe this man stuck around. Yes, this man older than dirt. I can't believe he stuck around. And then the gods have just gifted him with Victor Wembanyama. Like what is this, man? This is sorcery. Is Shane's song involved with this?
Possibly. It's witchcraft.
What
right?
timeline is this?
It's a fun one. Like the also fun part is like there's only 2 teams. There was only 3 teams trying to tank in the. There are only 3 really bad teams in the West last year. One of the 3 got them.
Right? Unbelievable.
Like the West continues to get like they got Ja, they got like
Zion.
Like, they got Luka, they got Ja, they got Zion, and now they also get Wenbanyama. It's like what the fuck? Like what? Right? He's like,
and they got Ant.
Cleveland,
and Edwards.
You get Darius Garland, that's all you get.
And Edwards also the West.
Another one, right? Like y'all get Trae Young, y'all get Darius Garland. Like the last one they really got was like Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
So like, nah, go out there, Markelle Fultz, you go there. Yeah. Let's give him that Markelle Fultz treatment. But yeah, man, I think like people talk about like giving reason to care about the league, like or care about the regular season. Like he is one of the biggest reasons in a long time to actually care about this regular season. Besides this competitive nature of the West, and I'm going to be watch probably his first 2 games. I'm going to be dipping in to watch, him throughout the year. Along with what's like the top of the East and also like some teams West. Like I want to see OKC. Like I've only watched them. Only game I saw him last year I saw 2 games, but the last game I saw was the LeBron break the record game when Shea was going nuts. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun year. I think there's more reason to care. I think Lillard on the Bucks also gives you another freshens up that squad that seen been entrenched. Like that's the team they've been for a while. So
yeah,
I think also I want to see like what this Celtics thing looks like with Porzingis there and out without Rob Williams, because it's like Rob gets hurt a lot, but it's like it's one thing to be hurt with Rob and then also like have Porzingis on the floor, because like I got to see what this defense looks like. I think it's going to be a mess. I think they've gone all in on offense to the detriment of what actually got them to the finals 2 years ago.
Yeah, they no more Marcus Smart, but they do have
Smart.
Drew.
Got rid of Williams too.
Yep,
because he's in Dallas.
Kristaps Porzingis has a chance to be a legend in that town. Fan favorite.
They're gonna show up with the. He's Czech, right?
No, he's Lithuanian, I think.
Is he Lithuanian? Okay.
No, he's Slovenian. Let me not name every country. And look this up.
That Eastern Bloc.
Yeah.
You see all these ex-USSR.
That man over there.
Yeah, he's from Yugoslavia. Like, that's like that doesn't exist no more. Latvia. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, maybe they show up and the KCP this Porzingis thing works or whatever else, and KP does the thing, they get in the ring and they'll show up with them Latvian jerseys.
That is sick.
Hey. So, but yeah, man, I think that's pretty much Rich Latta versus Eastern Europe. Rich versus Velkage.
Hell no.
Oh my God.
Hell no. Them boys are adept at war. I am not. we're not going to turn this to geopolitical politics here. Yeah. Brookhaven, don't worry, Rich. Just keep naming places. You'll hit one eventually. Yeah,
Oh man, look. It's like when people talk about like the like Rhode Island and New Hampshire. Like, look, and them shit's small. It's all the same shit, right? It's all the same shit. Like, nah, bro. I don't quite think so. In fact, I'm sure there's different languages.
Yeah, they all got beef. That's all I know. But
I mean, they all got beef, but they all have a commonality. They don't want to go back.
Yeah.
They all unique, but they don't want to go back. That's the commonality in the bond that keeps it together.
Amazing.
We are not going back to the hammer and the sickle. We're not doing that again. All right, let's go fuck around and spin somebody. We get close to that line.
Look, tiptoeing.
Walking to raise his edge and shit.
Yo, y'all got to join the streams. I'm doing a lot of visual sight gags here.
Oh my god.
But yeah, man, appreciate everybody.
Look, what's the joint? You know the joint. This is a phone roll. You know the joint when they be on the tightrope. They be trying to keep the help balance. You know, yes. One of them shits, right?
Oh shit.
One of those big. I almost said one of those big poles.
Hey yo.
Right. That's
crazy.
Right.
So